Good morning, 3EB. So today I'm actually using a different computer to record this on today. So I hope it's going to come out just as clearly as normal. We'll soon find out, won't we? Okay, and this morning we're going to be talking about division with remainders. Okay, which for some of us will be a new thing. And I put on your homework task as well to watch this today to help you with the work that you've got to do. Okay, so let's see. When we've been dividing up until now, our answers have come out nice and evenly. So if we've had 15 divided by 5, let's say, we've gone up in groups of 5, 10, 15, and it's taken us 3 groups to get there. Okay, 15 divided by 5 is 3. That worked out perfectly. 10 divided by 2. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There we go, 5 groups. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Because when we counted up in 2s, we got to 10 exactly. So we know we can divide that number easily and fairly. However, we know that division doesn't always work like that. Yeah, if I've got 10 pieces of chocolate to divide between 3 people, in fact, that I've obviously had that in my mind. 10 pieces divided by 3. This time it's not going to work out perfectly. Okay, I'm going to be able to share out most of it, but then I'm going to find that I've got something left over, and that leftover bit that I can't share out fairly is called the remainder. Okay, so let's have a look. 10 divided by 3. If we do it with a diagram and we imagine that these are 10 pieces of chocolate, let's check I've got the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I'm going to make groups of 3. Okay, so you probably can do this in your head, but I'm going to show you with a diagram. So I'm making one group of 3, another group of 3, and another group of 3. But this time I've still got one piece left over. I can't make another group of 3, and I haven't been able to divide the 10 pieces perfectly fairly. Okay, because what am I going to do with this extra one? Okay, so there's all sorts of answers to that. But mathematically at this stage, how I'm going to show the answer is that 10 divided by 3 gives me 1, 2, 3 groups, but I have a remainder of 1. I have 1 left over, 1 piece left over. So I'm going to show that in English with a little r for remainder, and then number 1. Okay, so 10 divided by 3 is 3, remainder 1. Okay, we'll try a couple of others and see how you get on. Obviously, not all divisions have remainders. The ones that we did last week worked just nicely. We didn't have remainders for those. But today, you'll find that you should get remainders. Okay, let's imagine we've got, without me doing too much drawing, you can see all this stuff left over from the other day. Let's have, what's one that you've got 40 in your book. One of the ones you've got is 14 divided by 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, let's go back over this end, 13, 14. Okay, and I want to do 14 divided by, what did I say? 4. Okay. 14 divided by 4. Okay, so I'm making groups of 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another group of 4. And I've got 2 left over. I can't make another group of 4. Okay, so how many complete groups have I got? 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 3 complete groups, 3 complete sets. And this time I've got 2 left over. Okay, so one thing you're probably already noticing and thinking is that the remainder doesn't have to be 1. Okay, it could be a different number, but the remainder is never going to be the same as what you're dividing by or more. Okay, because if I had a remainder of 4 and I'm dividing by 4, I could make another set out of it. So that's just something to be aware of. Okay, your remainder is always smaller than what you're dividing by. Okay, 1 is smaller than 3, so that's fine. 2 is smaller than 4. Okay, if not, you can make another set. So obviously each time you don't want to be drawing out loads of boxes or a massive diagram. You can use your times tables just like we were using them last week. So if we use this 14 divided by 4 as an example, to divide by 4, we know that we've got to use our 4 times table. Okay, so let's imagine we haven't got the diagram. 14 divided by 4, we're going to count up in groups of 4, see if we get to 14 spot on, but if we don't, we have to see how many groups we got to before we got to 14. Okay, so let's try it. 4, 2 groups of 4 is 8, 3 groups of 4 is 12, but if I go up as far as 4 groups of 4, 16 is too many, isn't it? I haven't got 16 to share out, I've only got 14 to share out. So I've got to stop at 12. 4, 8, 12. And they're my 3 groups. Okay, I got as far as 12. The difference between 12 that I've used up and the 14 that I had to share out is a difference of 2. So that's my remainder. Okay, let's try another one then without the diagram but counting up just like we were doing with our division last week. So let's have a 2-digit number. Let's have something like, let's have 27. I'm going to go big here. 27, and we're going to divide it by 6. Okay, divide it by 6. Okay, so we're making groups of 6. We're using our 6 times table. So just like before, we're going to count up in groups of 6. The answer's in our 6 times table. We'll see if we get to land spot on 27. But if we don't, we've got to stop before we get past 27. Okay, so let's go. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 6s are 12. 3 6s are 24. I'm not far off now. 3 6s are 24. But if I did, what am I saying? I've missed something. I need to go back to the drawing board. I've been distracted and I think I may have missed out something in the 6 times table. So let's start that one again. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. I think I got that wrong. 4 times 6 is 24. But 5 times 6 is 30. Now, I can't go that far. 5 times 6 is 30 because it's gone past my 27. So I've got to go back to my 4 times 6. 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay, so I managed to make 4 complete groups. Okay, 4 complete groups of 6. That got me up as far as 24. Now I had 27, so let's imagine how many pieces of chocolate would I have left. I've used up 24, making 4 groups. 25, 26, 27. The difference between 24 that we got to and 27 is a difference of 3. Okay, so that is my remainder. Okay, in your Intermath work that you've got for today, you'll find that in one of the exercises, you've got to find the answer with the remainder, like we've been doing here. And in some of them, they actually give you the group answer, and you've got just to say what the remainder is. Okay, let's have a look at maybe one of those. I can't remember exactly which ones you've got in your book, but let me make one up. Let's imagine I had 33 divided by 5. Okay, let's see that. 33 divided by 5. And they might already have told you that it's 6 groups, and they want you to say what the remainder would be. Okay, so you could go from the beginning and go, okay, let's do 33 divided by 5. So that's going up in fives. One group of 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, 35 would be too many, so hence they've stopped on 6 times 5 is 30. But they've already told you that, okay? So what's your remainder? Your remainder is the difference between 30 and 33. Good, you're already telling me a remainder of 3, okay? But I'm sure what you guys have already worked out is that if they tell you the groups, you don't have to go up to 30 yourself here. 6 groups of 5, 6 times 5, or 5 groups of 6, more to the point, takes you up to 30, doesn't it? 6 times 5 is 30, okay? So you didn't even have to count those through. 6 times 5 is 30, so if that gets you to 30, your remainder must be 3. Okay, we'll do one more of those together, trying to take a shortcut. This time maybe we'll do 40, let's do 42 divided by 8. Okay, now 42 divided by 8, I'm going to tell you, is 5 whole groups with a remainder. Okay, now save counting all the way up. Let's have a think. I've already told you that it's 5 whole groups of 8, and 5 eighths are 40. Okay, that's why there's only 5 groups. 5 eighths of 40. So what's the remainder between 40 and 42? A remainder of 2. Okay, now you can play this over and over as many times as you need to try and help you. Have a go at the Intermath work today, division using remainders. We shall see each other this afternoon to check in about our planting. So if there's anybody that wants, whilst we're doing that, if anybody else wants to hang on and ask any more questions about division with remainders, you can do that there. Okay, but hopefully you will do a good job. And hopefully you'll do a better job than I do with my 6 times table there. I got distracted and got in a pickle, didn't I? Okay, right, I'll leave it there with you. Play this as many times as you want. Use your times tables whilst you're dividing, and then just see what is it that you've got left over. Okay, that's your remainder. Okay, I shall see you guys later, 1:30, to check in about our plant investigations. See you later.